tech sales was super intense and demanding. I was constantly surrounded by dudes presenting multi-million dollar proposals, not a lot of women around, and it was intense. And when I found the practices of meditation and mindfulness out of a big wake-up call, my own personal pain and suffering, that's when my life started to get better and my performance doubled. And so about 2 years ago, I left my sales job, started my own business, and I'm just trying to spread more of what I could describe as the 3 C's: calmness in the body, compassion in the mind, and connectedness in the heart to as many people as I possibly can so they could feel their best, but also create their best work. And Jenna was telling me a little bit about before I got the meditation. I just thought I'd give a little bit of context, if that's okay with you. A little bit of a teaching. Typically, that's my jam. I give a little bit of a teaching, and then I guide the meditation together, so we have a little bit more of an intention for our time together. And Jenna was telling me a little bit before about the intention that you have lately around cultivating a sense of intuition. And intuition is like a superpower. I use it a lot for my job as well. You know, as a corporate meditation leader, I decide each week, what do I want to guide on? And I could either listen to what I think everybody wants or what's out there in the internet and the world and social media, or I could really tune into my heart and pay attention to what I'm being called to share. And usually that's where things land the best with people. And similar to you, how you're helping patients, and you want to really dig into your intuition, your previous experiences, and what you've learned upon years of what you do to give the best aligned guidance to your patients. And so I thought I'd just quickly share what is intuition and why it's so important, and then just quickly 3 steps to access it before we lead the meditation here. And so intuition, are you familiar, like on a scale of 1 to 10, I guess I should ask in the chat, with 1 being like, not so much, and 10 being, yes, I feel really aligned with this inner guidance system, this inner compass that's available. What would you say your number is, if you don't mind sharing in the chat? Yeah, like how in tune do you feel? And there's no right or wrong answer. We're just kind of sharing as a group. Like where would you say on a scale of 1 being, super, not super in touch, more comfortable with logic and reasoning, and 10 being, yeah, my intuition is online, right? Yeah, 8, 7. Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. Then you're pretty in line with your intuition. That's fantastic. Why is it so important? I see it for a variety of reasons. For you, of course, being in tune with making those aligned recommendations for your clients and what you not just know based on research and data that they need, but also what your heart is guiding you to help them with. That's often what they need to hear. Of course, getting out of potentially really toxic situations or relationships, as well as the third is, that's just what I want to focus on today, using your intuition to honor your basic needs. Now, everybody has different basic needs. Paige has different needs right now than I do, that Katie does and Jenna does. And, when it comes to your job as a provider, you are giving every freaking ounce of your presence, your energy, and your attention at a cellular level to these people. And that, it can be depleting. I'm sure you can feel me on that. That can really suck a lot of energy out of you. So using your intuition to pause and pay attention to your basic needs can really serve your well-being. Of course, the analogy, we can't give from an empty cup. And so using your intuition to see, I know I should do that right now, but what is my heart telling me that I really need? Maybe it's a rest, maybe it's a walk, maybe it's a dance party, maybe it's a talk with a friend. So tuning into that. And as I mentioned, meditation, I'll move into the meditation piece now. Meditation is a really incredible tool to access your intuition because it involves calming and treating yourself with compassion, kind of removing what I call the ants or extinguishing them as much as you can, automatic negative thoughts. And that's when, once your body's calm and you're speaking to yourself with kindness, then you can really connect with your intuition. That's when you can access it in a more spacious way. That's when your new ideas come and you can really take care of those basic needs that I was describing before. So, with the intention of connecting to our intuition and paying attention to our basic needs, that will be the theme of our meditation today. Now, throw me an emoji or in the chat if you've ever meditated in virtual community like this before. Has anyone ever meditated like this in virtual community? Yes or no? Thumbs up or no? Okay. Okay, cool. So you're pros then. Groovy. So you know the drill. Okay. Excellent. So there's nothing weird or woo-woo about this particular meditation. We're not like changing who we are or believing in anything new or crazy, okay? We're really just using this to calm down, embrace compassion, and connect to ourselves, so we can go back out there in a more peaceful, grounded, clear state. So we're going to move into the meditation now, and I invite you to make yourself comfortable in the chair that you're in, certainly turning off all of your distractions, any sort of, if you want to turn your screens off, turn your video off, just see if you could really give yourself this time and really try it out. And you can stay on video if you like. I suggest adjusting your clothing in a way that feels good. Meditating with a wedgie is so uncomfortable. So do what you got to do and make yourself super comfortable in your chair and uncross the legs if you can and rest your feet comfortably on the ground. And just aligning the spine, sitting upright in a position of dignity, however that looks like to you. And you can rest your hands comfortably on the lap, whatever, no weird hand gestures. We're already weird enough as we are. We can just rest the hands comfortably on your lap, however it feels right. And maybe have your back supported by the chair, scooting back so you feel the support. The key here is comfort. So whatever you got to do to be comfortable, awesome. We don't want to be straining. But we're here for the most important meeting of the day, and that's the one with yourself. So sitting in a position that feels most aligned for you. And when you're feeling groovy and comfortable, maybe we'll take a couple shoulder rolls, just getting the neck rolled out, just supporting a relaxation even further. And when you're ready, you can just gently allow the eyes to close. And if you prefer to keep them open, that's fine too. You can just soften your gaze in a downward direction. And join me in taking 3 of the longest breaths you've taken all day. So we'll just breathe in deeply through the nose, filling up through the belly. No reason to hold anything, just very slowly exhale through the mouth, just calming down the nervous system, telling the body and the brain you're safe, you're okay, you can relax. Let's do that again. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Once again, filling up through the belly and then the chest. And when you're feeling completely full, just very slowly, see if you can extend the exhale. So perhaps it's double as long as the inhales. Just once again, letting it go, releasing anything you wish to from the day. And once again, just taking a deep breath in through the nose, filling up top to bottom, side to side, just really staying with the inhale, letting it fill you completely. And then very gently letting it go. staying present until the very last exhale. And then simply coming back to a regular rhythm of breathing, letting some breaths be longer, some be shorter, just fine. And I invite you to see if you can rest your attention here simply on the body breathing. So, nothing else to do except see if you can stay with the sensation of the air coming through the nose and the exhale through the nose or mouth. And yes, the mind is going to wander, of course, 100 times. And guess what? You're still doing it just right. See if you could just come back and begin again. Feeling the inhale, the slight switch from the inhale to the exhale, and just riding that wave of the inhale and exhale. It's all you need to do in this moment. Cultivating a sense of presence, cultivating a sense of being right here, right now, letting your attention rest on breathing is a way to park the past, let that be back there, and not get pulled into the future, some unknown that we have no control over. We can rest here in the spaciousness of the present moment simply by following the breath and cultivating here this sense of intuition. When we practice meditation like this and become still and quiet, we can shift from the head and the brain and the working mind into the physical body. So bringing your awareness now to the physical body, sitting in the chair. And oftentimes we think of the body in terms of how it looks or what it does or doesn't do. And instead, this time, looking at the body and all it's doing for us in this exact moment. Breathing without any instruction, digesting food, allowing oxygen to flow. And if the mind has wandered, it's okay. Just come on back to the physical body and using your intuition as you tune in to the body with a sense of gratitude for all that it does do for you. Just paying attention and with a curious mind, checking in with the body and asking what it may need. Shifting from a sense of autopilot to awareness and noticing what the body is intuitively asking you for in this moment to nourish, to replenish, to recharge. Maybe it's rest. Maybe it's a warm meal. Maybe it's water or movement or a massage. Or maybe it's a micro movement in this moment, a relaxing of the jaw or letting the face be heavy, softening of the belly. Tuning into intuitively what the body's asking you for in this moment. And just listening without having to plan or do anything or make any changes, just noticing. If the mind has wandered again, just coming back to the breath in the present. You're doing it just right. And shifting now to the heart space and the space around your heart. If it's helpful, you can place one hand on the heart to allow for this opening, a softening. And this is the part of you that contains your essence, what makes you you, your authentic energy, what people who really know you love so much about you. This is also the part of you that holds your big ideas, your passion, your service for the world. Just giving yourself a chance to reconnect with this part of you in this moment and using your intuition, checking in and asking yourself, where is my heart trying to guide me? What is my heart trying to tell me? What does it want to say? And holding whatever comes up with a very loose grip, not getting too attached to any sort of inner insights that emerge, just noticing, knowing it will change from moment to moment, but this is a way of tuning into you, to really connecting mind and body and heart. And if the mind has wandered again, it's okay. Every time you catch that the mind has wandered, this is when your awareness improves, just coming back to the breath. And finally, using this expanded intuition, this inner knowing and your inner compass, and noticing if there's anything else that the outside world might be asking from you, that it's asking you to provide, something you're being called to share. And again, letting these insights just emerge and bloom. And if there's nothing, that's okay. Simply by making the ask, what is the world wanting to see from me? It's like you're planting a seed. It might reveal itself later today, later this week. But just noticing where you're being called to step into your power a bit more. And again, holding that with a loose grip, just not needing to strategize or plan anything around it. Just noticing. And if there's anything else your intuition is sharing with you, just allowing that to come into your awareness. Knowing that it is powerful to combine your logic and reasoning, the facts and data, with your intuition And anytime you have to make a decision, it's important to take a pause just like this and tune in to your inner guidance system, that gut feeling, because it typically leads you in a direction that you can feel really good about. Taking a moment to close our practice here with a sense of gratitude. Gratitude for yourself for taking the time to try something new and pause together in community. Gratitude for your company for making this space available. And gratitude for your peers for sharing their presence and their energy with you. If there's anything else you feel grateful for that too. And when you're ready to close the practice, very gently, you can keep the eyes closed and just start to bring some movement into the body. You can roll the neck around or wiggle the fingers, sway side to side, whatever feels good for you. And when you're ready, you can allow the eyes to gently open. And just taking an inner inventory, noticing any shifts, how you might be feeling. With the eyes open, noticing any insights that might have come through for you today. I'll share a mantra with you that you can take with you into the week, into your days, anytime you want to maintain this kind of inner connection. The mantra is, my intuition is online. My intuition is online. You can say this to yourself. You can write it down, put it on a Post-it, repeat it silently or aloud. And when I say that, I feel a sense of inner connection to who I truly am. And it creates this sense of trust, like I can trust myself. Hopefully that's how you feel as well. And if you like mantras like this, I share a daily mantra every day on Instagram. You can follow along or share any mantras that you have with me. So I hope you are feeling well and calm and connected. I'll take an inventory here with you in the chat just to get a pulse on how everyone is doing. You can comment in the chat and share with me how you're feeling in this moment or anything you noticed that you'd like to share. There's Maeve. Nobody cares anymore. Look at that. There's the baby. Oh, is she doing okay? Did she sleep or
For now. She's awake now.
did she meditate with us?
A little, yeah, she calmed down. So she wasn't calm at the beginning.
Amazing. Hello, Maeve. Look how beautiful. Oh, nice. Paige, how did the meditation feel for you? I mean, as you're holding a baby, as a mom, who's constantly giving right now, how did that go for you?
Yeah, I feel like it's strange to even have a minute. So that felt nice.
Good. Good. Yeah, anyone else want to share how it went or anything weird, or maybe it was really difficult? You could just take yourself off mute. I'm pretty informal when it comes to this stuff.
It was so nice. It was so lovely.
I'm so glad, Jenna. Do you feel calm or what do you feel like?
Yeah. I feel so calm. I think I was pretty calm before too, but I think I'm more so now. And like, I was feeling really tired, like emotionally tired before.
Mm.
And I feel just like a little bit of a rezest, if you will.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I was talking with Jenna before and shared my mom's a therapist, and I spoke with her. That's why I'm perfect and have no problems. And so and so I spoke with her. She was like, she tells me sometimes she sees 7 patients in a day. And I was like, I don't know how you all do it. I mean, after a single meditation, so I'm like spent emotionally and energetically. So I just give you so much love and appreciation because what you're doing, I mean, therapy saved my life. And I know you're saving the lives and helping so many people. So I just want to express my gratitude for the work that you're doing out in the world. You're creating lasting change. I've experienced it personally and I see it every day. So I just want to say thank you so much for everything you're doing. Mm.
Maybe it's only me that feels this way, but this job definitely allows me to turn into that like intuition, and leaving work, I don't feel like depleted. I feel like recharged, that I'm aligned with that purpose or like deriving meaning through something outside of myself. And I've never had another job like that. Whereas other jobs, I'm like looking at the clock, ready to go. Or just, it's just a job, but that's not how I view this. It's very much like a purpose. So this job like itself has taught me to turn it into my intuition.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I think that when you leave a job and you feel energized at the end of the day, and that's how you know you're in service in an aligned way, right? You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Totally. Awesome. That says so much about your company as well. So great. Thank you, Sydney.
And I feel like there's some overlap too with Sydney's kind of in corporate, and then here, so just like Nadine, like how you tuned into your intuition and went from the world you were into now into this world. It's like a bit of a similar wavelength.
Yeah. Nadine, I had the experience of having a career switch as well. And that the other job very much does not fulfill my soul and does quite the opposite most days, but that is okay. And this is very much the opposite. So I feel really grateful to really have the example and experience of both, just to really put like, just to never take this for granted, or to never like, feel depleted from it, because I know what it actually feels like to be depleted and to not have purpose. So it's something I'm pretty grateful for.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's great. Now you know what both feel like. So you can take that inner, I mean, that is intuition, right? And you can take that into any experience you have in a relationship, in taking on a new project, even just like, should I go out on Saturday night or stay home? You're like, I can trust what feels right and nourishing for me because I know what doesn't. That's awesome.
Yeah.
This was so helpful, Nadine. And actually, like what you just described is what I just felt, because I just got back from like a wedding this weekend, and I was thinking about all the things that I have to do after work. And I was like, should I go do this or should I go do that? And just through this meditation, I was like, no, my body needs to like rest. Like, I had a long weekend. It was a long travel day. Like, I think what I'm actually needing is rest. And I noticed too, as soon as the meditation was done, my brain turned back on, and it was like, but what if this? But what if this? And like the thoughts started, and I was like, no, channel my intuition, get back into my body. So it was just really, really helpful, and helped for what I will be doing after work today.
Beautiful. That was exactly what my hope was. And my challenge for you is to really pay attention to that as much as you can, but then notice what happens when you follow your intuition. So like when you stay home and nourish yourself, that be present with that and let that fuel you. But then also notice when you go do whatever it is that you have to do, you will be more energized and you'll have more enjoyment in it. Yeah. Like the same example, I received an email last night from a founder of a company, and like my mind was like, oh, respond right away. My body was like, girl, you're tired. Like you're going to say some dumb shit. You know what I mean? So I decided to listen to my intuition and say, as much as I'm excited about this opportunity, I am going to rest. And in the morning, I will thoughtfully respond with my full presence, and everything's just fine, right? There's this like autopilot pressure of time that we place on ourselves. It's actually unnecessary. This was a major switch, Sydney, that I learned after moving out of corporate America, that I was used to being in sales and being so responsive right away. And oh my God, what if I miss a deal or don't close this, whatever. Actually, it's okay if I don't respond to things after 8 o'clock, right? It's okay if I wait until the morning. If it's okay if I skip the gym and lifting super heavy and pushing myself at a Barry's class and instead like stretch because that's what my body's really asking me for. Right? The more we can flex that intuitive muscle, the better we feel. So I'm so glad, Rachel, that you shared that. And that was the insight that came through. Oh, please keep me posted in ways that you use this. I would love to hear it. Yeah. Nice. Cool. Any questions about anything really?
I don't have a question, but I was just gonna share what I noticed. Like I was like, I think you said like riding the wave of the breath, which I really like. So I was, doing the breath, and then I noticed my head continuing to go other places. But what was cool was that, and I've never like realized this before, never felt this way before, but it was like I was still getting like the body benefit, even though my mind was trying to do its own thing. Like, so that felt good to still have like my body still felt like it was getting calmer, even though my head, I'd go back to the present, it would throw me back. I'd go back to the present, it'd throw me forward. But the body was still doing its breath.
Yeah, I know what you're describing. I've noticed that before in meditation as well. And also when I fall asleep, also. Sometimes I notice my mind kind of going, but my body is able to relax, and I do fall asleep when I'm reading. Meditation also, I didn't talk about the neuroscience much, but what happens when you meditate is you strengthen, I should say. It's like a super highway between the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere of the brain. It's called the corpus callosum. Maybe you've heard of that before in the brain. It ultimately connects both sides, and it gets stronger and thicker the more you meditate. And the reason why that matters is the left side of the brain is where our logic, our reasoning, any strategy, data, that's where a lot of us live. A lot of folks in corporate America, particularly, important, our logic. But the right side of the brain is where our intuition exists, and our creativity, our best ideas, our artistic nature, our emotional intelligence. So ideally, we're using both. So that's why when we meditate, we're able to calm the left side of the brain, strengthen the corpus callosum, and access those parts of the brain that we want to come up with our best work. So that's just a little neuroscience for you. I like that kind of stuff, so I thought I'd share. Great. Well, thank you again for having me.
Yes. Would you mind just sharing with us ways we can stay connected, a bit about 12 days of connection and how we can continue on if we so desire?
Totally. So what I do is I am a speaker. I lead, I was speaking at a conference last week, and companies hire me to lead sessions like this, some of them every single week, because, of the benefits that they experience in performance and productivity and mental health, particularly, and retention. So if you want to continue with this series, I offer that. If you know anyone who's interested in a conference speaker, my signature workshop is called Permission to Pause. And it's not just about meditation, it's about transforming pressure to inner peace and outer performance. And I teach about calmness and compassion and connection. Typically there's a meditation, but meditation isn't everybody's jam. So I share about different ways to pause. So that's another way. And also, I have one virtual program a year that I open for everyone. Typically, companies will hire me, but this is something that I lead myself. It's called the 12 Days of Connection, and it starts on December 2nd. And what it is 12 days during the weekdays, 12-minute meditations, and they're each rooted in a different theme. Here's some information about it. They're rooted in all different kinds of topics, managing challenging relationships with ease, how to love your body. I mean, there's all different kinds of topics that I'll be sharing on the 12 days, but it's a really nice way to hit the pause button, especially during the insane chaos that is the holiday season, and share in a virtual meditation in community. There's one thing to meditate with an app, but it's a whole nother vibe when you're with other people and sharing that presence together. That's when my meditation practice went to a whole new level. And so that's what I like to create and share. Super comfortable, informal, but that's what I'm offering in December. And if you'd like to join, there is a discount code that I'm offering for companies and its teams, and it's 38% off of the retail or the regular price. So I would love to spend that time with you. And of course, I'm on all the LinkedIn and, Instagram and all that good stuff. So please stay connected with me, email me, holler at me, call me, hit me up. I'd love to hear directly from you. Yeah.
Well, thank you again so much. I thought it was just beautiful how we were able to experience this together, because I'm assuming this is probably very similar to what the 12 Days of Connection would feel like.
That's right.
Yeah, something similar to that.
That's right. Yeah. Teams just like yours from all different companies are joining together. So if you can send this to your friends who need a pause, your coworker, your partners, but teams are joining, all different kinds of teams. So it would be great to have you if you'd like to join.
Nice.
Yeah. But props to you, Jenna, for, nourishing your team with a pause. I mean, it really is the most important thing in a world that keeps pulling from us and piling on top of us. I think the real flex is when you can hit the pause button, So props to you, my friend. I'm grateful for you.
I am grateful for you. And before we head out, I would just love a photo. Paige, I don't know if you're available at all for you and Maeve to be in our photo.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be distracting with my rocking. So, and in case she like a shriek or something. So
okay, we'll have Maeve's body in there. We can see. Cute. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I did record it, so snippets of this will appear on our Instagram probably within the next 2 months. We'll try and get like 1 or 2 in before, so we can put the 12 Days of Connection and all that good stuff. But
thanks. Awesome.
Yeah, I will see you all soon. Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. See you soon.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.